So, I have a brain injury, TBI. It's been a few years, which means most days my head feels like wet cotton. And on this particular day, I had been awake since 5 in the morning, with 2 sick dogs, both elderly, both throwing up. One of them threw up on the rug, the good rug. Anyway, my dad was visiting that weekend. He brought his third wife with him. I've met this woman twice, in my entire life. First time was a decade ago at their wedding. Second time was this weekend, the one I am about to tell you about. She lives across the country. She listens to my dad's phone calls on speaker. Half the time I don't even know she's on the line. She'll just chime in, from somewhere in the room. Anyway, they flew in. The visit happened to fall on Mother's Day weekend. Now, before I keep going, you need to know one thing. I cut off contact with my own mother years ago. Whole reasons, none of them small. So Mother's Day, for me, is a day I skip, quietly, like a song you don't play. Okay, back to the visit. It's their last night in town. I decide I'm going to cook. 3 hours, on my feet, with a melting brain. I told them all day, multiple times. I said, "Hey, I'm running on fumes. My head is not okay today." They nodded. They knew. They saw it. We finally sit down to eat. It's almost 9 at night. I make a comment, just a passing one. I say, "What a nice day this turned out to be." And my dad pipes in, cheerful, "It's Trevor's ham." And I kind of laws, "Not it. We don't really do that one in this house." For obvious reasons. His wife scoffs, out loud, at my table. She goes, "Thanks a lot." I look up. I'm like, "What?" She says, "I'm a mom." And I said, very gently, "You're not my mom." And she goes, "Well, I'm someone's mom." And then she starts telling me about her own kids, about how they called her that morning to wish her Happy Mother's Day. Which, great, truly, good for them. But you're not at their house, you're at mine. So I said, "Look, I don't really wish every mom I know a Happy Mother's Day." And then I tried to be a little funny about it. I asked her if she was planning on wishing me a Happy Mother's Day for being the mother of my 2 elderly throwing up dogs. She said no, like it was the dumbest question she had ever heard. And then she said something I'm still not over. She said, "Shut up, stop talking to me." At my own dinner table, in my own house, after I cooked. So I tried. I really tried. I said, "Listen, you didn't raise me. I was already an adult when you came into this family. You never mothered me, not once. That's not an insult, it's just the math." And then she stood up. She yelled it, the big one, the F word, right at me, across the food I just made. Then she walked off, into the guest room. And my dad, my own father, got up, followed her, didn't say a word, to me, just walked off. I sat there, with my husband, looking at all this food. Neither of us said anything for a while. Eventually, I got up to clean, because that's what you do. I'm walking back and forth between the table and the kitchen, and on one of the trips, I look in the trash can. And there it is, the dinner. All of it. Sitting on top of the garbage. 3 hours of cooking, dumped on top of dog hair and coffee grounds. I found out later they ate cold cereal in the guest room. Cold cereal. Grown adults. The next morning, they didn't say a word to me. They asked my husband for a ride to the airport. Not me, my husband. They didn't say bye to the dogs. The dogs. They didn't say bye to the woman who had been awake since 5. After they left, I sat on the couch. I didn't cry. Too tired to cry. That's a real thing, by the way. And here is the part I keep coming back to. I opened my Instagram, half on purpose, half not. I wanted to know if anyone on his side of the family knew I existed. Her kids, her sisters, anyone. Or am I just a footnote on his side of the country? So I started using this thing called synapse-ai. It shows you which of your followers actually come back to your profile, the audience signals you don't normally see. And here is what I noticed. 2 of her grown kids had been visiting my profile for a long time. Quietly. They never liked to post, never followed me, never said hi, just coming back, now and then. For years. I don't know what to do with that information. Maybe they were curious about their stepsister. Maybe she was the one looking through their accounts. I will probably never know. My dad hasn't called. It's been 3 weeks. I'm not sure he ever will. Honestly, I'm not sure I want him to. Here's what I learned that night, in case anyone needs it. Some people will walk into your house, eat your food, yell at you, throw the dinner in your trash, and then expect you to apologize for the day. And if I had wished her a happy Mother's Day that night, she would have found another reason. People like that. They always do.